What's up guys? We're gonna install the exhaust manifold today. But first, we need to tap the holes. So I think I mentioned before, but when I was taking off the exhaust manifold, 3 studs got stuck into the manifold. I was able to pull one of them off just using the double knot technique, but the other 2, I ended up needing to use this. Well, I tried to use this at least, but and basically what it does is, like, as you turn left, it bites into the stud that's sticking out and it turns it, but it ended up just snapping the studs, which obviously was an issue. And so there's really only 2 or 3 options you can do when you have a broken stud. And number 1 is you can weld a nut to it. I don't have a welder, so that was really out of question for me because there's no one to come to my house. I didn't know anyone with a welder. So option 2 is to drill it out and get a stud extractor or a screw extractor. Basically, it's like a screw with reverse threads. So as you turn left, it also digs into the stud and pulls it out. But I found a lot of things online where the person actually got the stud extractor stuck into the stud, and since it's a really small stud, it's only M8 size screw. I really thought that would be likely, so I moved on to the third option, which is simply just drilling out the stud. And so I ended up using I ended up using the Irwin Hansen reverse drill bit set to try to back out the screw as much as possible, but it didn't really end up working. It didn't come out as I was doing it, so I ended up just drilling out the whole everything. So the 2 studs that were stuck, one of them was pretty flush, the other one still had some material left. So what I ended up doing was, for the one that had a lot of material left, I cut it down so it was more flush, and then I used a hole punch and the smallest bit from the set to drill a pilot hole in the middle, and I worked up my way from there. I ended up working up to the middle-sized bit on here. It's a 5/32 sized bit, and that gave me a pretty decent hole. From there, the hole was a little off-centered, so what I did was I took a Dremel and a drill bit, and I kind of moved the hole a little bit more to the center. From there, I took a 1/4 size drill bit, and I drilled out the holes completely, almost completely. So now, I recently got a drill and tap set. It's an M8 by 1.25 tap and a 6.75mm drill bit. And so I'm going to use that right now to clean out the hole and then tap it. So let's see how that goes. And we're back. I tapped all of the stud holes, so now everything is ready to have its new studs put in. And guess what I brought out? The exhaust manifold. Yeah, so now I'm gonna put that in there. But first, I got these new Race German studs to put in. 12 studs, and it's got the copper plated nuts. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's pretty cool because these have a hex key that you can use to turn them in, so you don't have to double nut it. I've actually already put 4 and 2 on the 1 6 cylinders, just so I can try to get this manifold, just make sure everything fits together. But as you know, with these Chinese manifolds, the holes don't always line up, and that is the case on this one. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna take a piece of cardboard like this and mark on it. I'll put it on the head, and I'll poke holes where each of the studs go, and I'll put it on here, mock it up, and see which holes need to be adjusted. I already know that I tried putting it on there with just the 4 studs, and these 2 don't line up. So I think this hole needs to be widened that way. But yeah, that's gonna take a while, so I'll see you when I'm finished.